Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to this video. So guys, in this video actually I'm going to show you like how we can perform this Azure CICD deployment, okay, with GitHub action, and I will be also using Docker here, okay. So this is going to be you can say kinds of production grade deployment. I think you remember in this same playlist actually I created another video called AWS CICD deployment, okay, using GitHub action, and there also actually I was using Docker, okay. That's why I thought let's create another video, okay, on this Azure CI/CD deployment, because many of you have already requested me for this particular video. In this video actually I'm going to show you all the steps actually we need to perform to do these kinds of Azure CI/CD deployment, okay. And if you don't know what is CI/CD deployment, it is nothing but continuous integration and continuous deployment, okay. Let's say if you are committing your code in your GitHub, so it will automatically get deployed to your Azure cloud, okay. So for this video actually I'm expecting you have Azure account. If you don't have the Azure account, okay, you can create one. Initially it will take the credit card, okay, but it won't be charging much, okay. So you can create one Azure account. I'm expecting you have this account. So before starting the video, let me first of all tell you what are the steps actually we'll be following to do these kinds of like CI/CD deployment. Okay, so first of all, actually we'll be building one Docker image of our source code. Okay, and we'll push that Docker image to the container registry. So we'll be using Azure Container Registry in this case. Okay, I think you remember in AWS actually you used like you can talk about ECR, that means Elastic Container Registry. Okay, it is similar to your Docker Hub only. And then what I will do, I will launch one web app service, okay, in Azure, because in Azure actually you have many services. So I'm going to use web app service. So using that web app service actually we can do this kinds of deployment there, okay. So we'll be getting one virtual server, okay, virtual machine. There actually will be like pulling my Docker image and we'll be running that image there, okay. Then at the last step actually we'll be pull that Docker image from the container study, and we'll be running that Docker image, okay, inside our web app server, okay. So this is the like steps actually we are gonna follow, okay, throughout this entire video, okay. And I will show you like each and everything in front of you so that actually you can also go ahead with me, okay. So this is one simple Flask application I have kept here, but if you have any machine learning, any deep learning related project, okay, you can do the deployment in the same way, okay. There actually you don't need to change anything, everything would be common, okay. So instead of taking like some bigger project, I kept this project as a common project because because if you can learn this deployment, okay, with this project, okay, so you can deploy this project anywhere, okay. Any deep learning, any machine learning project you will be creating in future, you can follow the exact steps, okay, and you can do the deployment, okay, as it is. First of all, let me show you the application actually I have created. So it is basic one simple Flask application. Just uh, let me execute. Okay, it's running now. If I open my localhost, I think I mentioned port number 8080, okay. So see, it will just tell you hello DSwithBappy, okay. So it will launch one HTML page and it will show you hello DSwithBappy, that's it, okay. But here actually you can create any kinds of MLDL projects, okay, it's up to you. So let me close the application, okay, because I don't want to run it. So initially what you need to do, initially actually you need to publish this project in your GitHub, okay. But before that, let me show you what are the files are required to do the deployment, okay. So here if you see, everything would be common as it is. So one additional thing I have added, which is nothing but Docker, okay. So this Docker file I have added because here I'm going to use Docker as well, because I'm going to build Docker image of our source code, okay. And this is the same Docker file, okay. So there actually I'm just running some apt update command, and I'm taking one 3.7 slim buster image, okay. Then I'm like setting up my requirements, okay. Then I'm launching my app.py, that's it, okay. And another thing, I've taken this docker ignore file, okay. So these are the two files actually you need additionally, and everything will remain common, okay, with respect to your project configuration. Now the first thing actually what we are gonna do, we are gonna commit this code in our GitHub. So for this actually what I will do, I will come here in my GitHub, okay. I will create one repository. I will name this repository as Azure CICD deployment, okay. So let it be public, and I will add the readme. I think readme is already there, okay, so I don't need to add. I will only add this git ignore just to get my, okay. Now I will create the repository, okay. It's done. Now I'll click here I'll copy the link. Now here, let me open my terminal. Then I'll just write git clone. I'll paste the link. Okay, it's done. Now see, it has already cloned my repository. So I'll come here. Make sure you have activated these hidden items. Okay, then you will able to see this .git file. Okay, now I'll just move this .git file. I'll just cut it. I'll go back and I will just keep it inside my project folder. Okay, and I will remove this repository I have cloned it, because I only need this .git file. Okay, if I have this git file, now actually I can commit my code here. Okay, so now let me open my VS Code. Now if I click on source control, okay, now you are able to see it will be it is ready to publish. Okay, now let me write all the command. I think you know, first of all I need to write git add space dot, then git commit. Let's give initial comment. Okay, then I will just write git push origin main. Okay, because this is my main branch. Now let's push my code. Yeah, so I've already pushed it. Now you can ask me, I haven't created this .github slash workflows, and there is a YAML file actually I usually we create to do these kinds of GitHub action CI/CD deployment. So in this case, actually, I don't need to create this thing, okay, because I'm going to use Web App service from Azure. Okay, so it will automatically create that for me. Okay, but if you're doing in AWS, okay, you need to create that file from your side. Okay, so now if I go to my repository, now if I refresh here, see guys, I have successfully committed my code. Okay, now all the steps I have given here, what you need to do, but again I will show you everything. Okay, so guys, the first thing actually what I need to do, I will log in with my Microsoft Azure. Okay, this is my Azure portal. So here, first of all, I will search for container registry, because first of all I need to create the container registry. Okay, container registries. So I will click here to create one. So I will create one new resources group. So I'll name this as Flask app. Okay, or let's give Flask a simple app. So I'll just copy this name and I'll use this name everywhere. Okay, I'll click on OK. Registry name, I will give the same name. Central US. Okay, just select the location as Central US, and everything is fine. Now I'll click on review and create. I'll just simply click on create. Okay, so it will create my container registry. Now I will click on go to resources, and there is an option you will get called access keys. Okay, I'll click on access keys, and you need to save some information from here. So I'll save this logging server. Okay, I'll just copy this logging server because I need this logging server later on. Okay, so I'll save it here. So I'll just replace my previous project name. So I'll just name it here Flask simple app azure.io. Okay, and again I will replace here. Just for my reference, actually I'm saving the information here. Okay, so that I can use it later on. Then I will activate this admin user. Okay, and there is a password actually I need to save. So this is the password. Just take the first password. Okay, and also save it somewhere, and don't share this password with anyone, otherwise they will able to access your account. Okay, so make sure you just keep this password as safe. Okay, I am keeping here because I will remove the resources. Okay, after this deployment. Okay, that's why I'm keeping here. Now everything is fine. Now I will search for my container registry. Container, no, container registry we have already done. I will search web app for container. If you just search here, so you will get this service web app for container. I'll just click here. Okay, so again here you just take your resources group you created. I'll created something called Flask simple app, and I'll give the same name here, Flask simple app. Okay, Docker container is fine, Linux, and region I will take Central US. Sorry, Central US it should be. Okay, because it is near to me. Now, yeah, everything is fine. I will click on next deployment, next Docker, and here single container is fine. Okay, then I will select my Azure container registry because I will push my image here. Okay, and registry name I will select my registry name I created, and image first of all it won't be available because we haven't created the image yet. Okay, we haven't built the image yet. So to build the image and push it, so I'll open my code editor, and here I have mentioned all the command actually you need to execute. Okay, but before that, make sure you have Docker desktop installed in your system. Okay, if I open my Docker desktop, if you're using Windows machine, then this Docker desktop should be installed in your system and this should be running. Okay, uh, so I'm expecting, but if you're using other operating system, make sure you have this Docker is running. Okay, there. Now what I need to do, I will open my terminal. uh, yeah, so I'll clear it. Now here, first of all, I will copy the first command. Okay, and I will paste it here. So basically this is the building command. Okay, so it will build the Docker image, and I'm naming that image as ml test. Okay, you can give any name here, okay, if you want, but I'm giving it as ml test, or you can change the name as well. So I'll just name it as uh, flask app. Okay, flask app you can give latest the tag, and I'm giving the dot because it will take everything from my project directory. Okay, now let's execute. So initially it will build the image. So this building may take some time based on your project configuration. If your project is bigger, then it will take time. Okay. For my case, actually, my project is very simple. Okay. So it will take less time for me. So let's wait. I will come back when it is done. So guys, my image building is done. Now I will log in with my this one. I will log in with my this URI. Okay, because here actually I will be pushing my image. Okay, my content registry. So I'll clear it and I will log in. Okay. So it is asking for the username. So username should be your the name actually you have given. Okay, before the dot. So let me give it. It was Flask simple app. Okay. Make sure you are giving the same name you have given. Okay. So this name actually I'm giving. Now I'll press enter. Now it is asking for the password. So I think you remember password we saved. This is the password. Now I'll open my terminal and I'll just right click, okay, and press enter. If you just right click and press enter, it will take the password and it will try to log in, and it will give one success message. Okay, see, this is the success message. Okay, now I'll push my image. So I'll copy the third command and let's push my image. Okay, and it was Flask app. Okay, yeah. So it may take some time again based on your project configuration. If it is bigger, then it will take time. For me, actually, it will take less time. Okay, so let's wait. I will come back when it is done. So guys, I have successfully pushed my image to my content registry. So to verify it, let's go to my content registry. I will search here. Uh, let's open in a new tab. Okay, so this is my Flask simple app, and here you will see something called repositories. Okay, if I click on repositories, so you will see that Flask app is there. Okay, see, this is my image. Okay, so we have successfully pushed the image here. Now let's delete it. Now what I will do, now if you just refresh this page right now. Okay, it's telling again you need to select all the things. So I'll select my resources group, which is nothing but Flask simple app. I'll give the name. I will give the same name, Flask simple app, Docker, everything is fine, central US. Okay, then I will click on deployment, Docker. Now it should be Azure Container Registry, and registry name Flask simple app, and it will automatically take the image. Okay, see, and it will also take the tag of your image. Now everything is done. Now I'll go to networking. Just keep it as default. Everything just keep it as default. Now I'll create my web app. Okay, so I'll just simply click on create. Now I will go to resources. Okay, left hand side you will see something called deployment center. Just click here. Now you will get this page. So here, what you need to do, let it be finished first of all. Yeah, so there is an option called continuous deployment. Just try to activate this one. Okay, now I'll go to the second one, which is nothing but GitHub action. Okay, I need to set my GitHub action, so I'll click here. So make sure you have logging with your account. Okay, this is my GitHub account. I've already logged in. If you are not, just try to change the account. I'll select the organization. I will select my account. I will select the repository, so which is nothing but Azure CICD deployment. Okay, then I'll select the branch, main branch, and everything should be as default. Now I'll just if you just click on preview, so see, this is the YAML file. It will automatically create, okay, in my repository. Okay, so I'll close it. Now if I just click on save, so it will automatically create that .github/workflows folder. Inside that it will create that YAML file. Okay, so that's why I don't need to create it as separately. That's why I'm using my web service. Okay, now if I go to my repository, now if I refresh, see guys, it has created this .github workflows, and inside that it has created one main Flask app.yaml. Okay, and inside that it has saved all the YAML code. Okay, like CI/CD related YAML code. Now if I click on action, so action is running. Now see, this is the action is running. So I'll go to that action. Now first of all, it will build the image. Okay, after building, it will deploy it. Let's wait. You can see all the things. See, building is done. Now it is trying to deploy. Okay, so deployment is also done. Now I'll come back and I will click on overview. Okay, so there is a URL we will get. So this is the URL, default domain. I'll just copy the URL and I'll open a new tab and I will paste it here. Okay, now if I press enter, so it may take some time because I was testing, so it was taking around 1 to 2 minutes to launch my application. Okay, so let's wait. After that, you will see your application is running. So guys, as you can see, my application is running and it is giving hello DSwithBappy. Okay, now this is CI/CD deployment we have completed. Now if you see, if you change anything in your code, if you just add any new feature or anything, and you just, what you need to do, you just need to commit the code, okay, in your GitHub. It will automatically get deployed here, okay, in your Azure cloud. So you don't need to do anything. It's just a one-time setup we did. Now everything should be as automate. Okay, so that's how actually we can do these kinds of Azure CI/CD deployment using Docker as well. And we have used a CI/CD tool as our GitHub action. Now once you have deployed, now you also need to learn like how to like terminate all the instance. Okay, like after if you don't want to run your application because it will take charge, right? So what you can do, just go to home. Okay, so here you have something called your resources group. Just go to the resources group. Okay, so you just what you need to do, just delete your resources group. I'll just click on delete. Okay, but if you want your application to be run, so you can keep it, otherwise you can delete the resources group. Now I will copy this name and I will give it here and I will delete it. Okay, so it will delete all of my resources group I have created. Okay, then your application will stop. Okay, so yes guys, this is all about from this video. You can see this resources group is being deleted. Okay, and I hope you learned like how to do these kinds of CI/CD deployment, okay, on Azure like cloud. So in future, actually, I will also bring up like for the GCP as well, okay, because we have covered AWS, Azure. and GCP is left. Okay, I'll try to also cover the GCP as well. Okay, both three cloud I will show you. So yes guys, this is all about from this video. If you have liked this video, just try to subscribe to my channel, try to share these videos, okay, and try to give a like, and just try to put the comments, okay, like how helpful it was. Okay, just support my channel so that I can bring this kinds of content in the future more. Okay, and I will share this code in the description section so you can get it from there. Okay, so yes guys, this is all about from this video. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time.